Good morning, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are joining me from. I wanted to thank you. My name is Wafa, for those of you who don't know, and I'm an English teacher in Canada. In today's live, I was hoping to hopefully get some people on so we can do some IELTS speaking practice. So while you are practicing for IELTS speaking, it's so important that you are able to get feedback on your answers when you try to answer or when you try to respond to certain questions, because that is the only way you will actually learn to improve in your IELTS speaking, in your pronunciation, in your fluency, in your clarity of your speech. It's so important that you have somebody to give you feedback, guys. That's why sometimes self study is not as good as um, going through a coaching program, just because it could be challenging at times to know what areas you need to improve on. Just remember that you will be graded on four things in the IELTS speaking section. And the first one is pronunciation. Pronunciation, it means pretty much how you pronounce words, how you mention them in a sentence, how you connect this word with another word, and how it sounds. So, the biggest advice I could give you for the pronunciation section is that you need to make sure that you don't use challenging words that you can't say, guys. Um, Remember that because you will be graded on your pronunciation, you want to make sure that you are able to pronounce the words you are using correctly. And the best way to practice your pronunciation is, I always tell my students, is to learn the phonetic alphabet, guys. The phonetic alphabet is pretty much tells you exactly how a word sounds. So in the English language, the letter A, for example, has different sounds at different times. Like sometimes it could sound like A, sometimes it could sound like ah, and you don't know that until you learn the phonetic alphabet and know exactly when these words are sounded with what exact method you should be using. And if you do learn the phonetic alphabet, this would definitely help you. And next, you will be graded on fluency and coherence. So, how fluent you are in speaking, how you are able to hold a conversation, pretty much how exactly you could finish your sentences without any hesitation. Remember that. You need to make sure that you don't try to repeat words. It's normal to repeat some words, but to fill in time, you don't just continuously over and over again repeat the same word, because that would score you a low band. And this is what you would be graded on for fluency and coherence. Next is lexical resource. In lexical resource, you will be graded on how you are able to use accurate and idiomatic language. So remember, because in lexical resource, in the band descriptors, because specifically they want you to use idiomatic expressions, you need to make sure that you use them throughout your answers, so that way you can get that high band that you are hoping for in the IELTS speaking section. And then following lexical resource is grammatical range and accuracy. You need to make sure that you're using the right tenses. You need to make sure that you are using the right words, the right form of everything. You need to make sure you use a wide range of structures throughout your sentence structures. So that way you are, in fact, able to score that high band that you want, guys. If you want to learn the different tenses, how exactly to use them throughout your IELTS speaking exam, make sure you download our IELTS speaking study plan that we have. This would definitely help you, assist you in helping you with the different tenses and knowing when exactly to use them, guys. You need to know when to use the different tenses uh, throughout your expressions or throughout your discussions, so that way you are able to show the examiner your comfort level of speaking English. I'm just putting the that IELTS speaking plan in the chat box. For those of you who are joining me, make sure you download this IELTS speaking plan so you are able to learn the different tenses for exam day, guys. I want to know what exactly you're doing to prepare, what strategies you're doing to actually improve in these particular parts of the IELTS exam. Remember to always check the IELTS band, speaking band descriptors. You need to see the difference. Okay, if I want to score a band 8, what do I need to do? I need to do A, B, and C. So let me see if I could share my screen because I'd love to show you guys what I'm seeing on my end, so that way you know exactly what to do. 1 second, I can. Hi, Asika. Thank you for joining us. Where are you chatting from? Let us know. I'd love to know more about you. Um, so with the IELTS band descriptors, I'm just gonna make this, or I'm gonna hide. joining us. And I just noticed that my screen was still on the band descriptors. Thank you for joining us, Bikash. Hi, Essie. Thank you. So, guys, this is what today's live was really about. Just me motivating you, helping you on your IELTS speaking practice when you do complete different IELTS speaking questions. You do your answers. You need to make sure you get feedback on it. This is the only way you will improve in your English and improve in your errors. If you don't know where you are making errors, how do you know if you're improving or not, right? Hello, Mohammed. Thanks for joining us. So I just want to reassure you guys over and over again is that you need to make sure that you ask for feedback when you are practicing your IELTS speaking. I just, this is why I did today's live, is because I want to help you. I want to give you a chance to actually practice your IELTS speaking with me today so I can help you and assist you. And remember to always double check the band descriptors. You need to know what you are being assessed on in the IELTS speaking section. If you do not know what you're assessed on, how are you going to know what is expected of you, you know? So you want to make sure that you understand that for pronunciation, I better only pronounce words I'm comfortable with. I'm not going to pronounce advanced level words that I'm not comfortable with, and I'm going to struggle on pronouncing it on the IELTS speaking section. So I'd like to know, hello everyone, if anyone would like to join. There are some practice IELTS speaking questions I'd like to ask you guys to answer, and I want to provide you with feedback or maybe just help you room for improvement. Remember that getting feedback is the best way to improve your speaking. So I will share a link in the chat box. You could actually join that link, and you could come on the camera and we will practice certain questions together. Um, just 1 second, and I will. If somebody would like to make the effort to come on, try to answer some questions with me, that would be great. Please join if you would like to practice for IELTS speaking. This would be for you to increase or improve with your speaking and your speech. If anyone would like to join, I've put uh, the link in the chat box. Please join with the link in the chat box for anybody who would like to practice. These are some latest IELTS speaking questions that I wanted to discuss with you guys. And I'm going to put them on the screen now. I'm just waiting for my Word to open so then we can practice them together. You can actually come on the screen and practice saying these answers. If anyone would like to join the live, I'm giving you the opportunity to, like I said, to practice these questions for these latest questions that I will be asking you. And I will be stage. So here are some questions I would like to ask you, whoever's watching, if you'd like to type it in the chat box, we could review your answer. If you'd like to, if you're not shy and you would like to come on the camera, please feel free to do so. I've put the link in the chat box. But for now, let's ask you guys to answer number one. Uh, what is your full name? What is your full name? Let's see what you would say in the chat box. Sure, Bikash, I can do that after. So, what is your full name? Please go ahead and tell me what type of answer you would give. So, I'll give everybody about a minute to type your answer and then we will review them. Okay, Mohammed. So you will. We are actually uh, practicing how you would tell the examiner what your full name is. So I would. So one trick I'm going to tell you guys is always try to answer with at least 2 to 3 sentences. You don't want to just tell him, "My name is Mohammed Furkan." You need to come up with you need to come up with 2 full sentences for your answer. Okay, my name is Shariful Islam. What can you say other than that, Shariful? Do you have a nickname? You could tell the examiner. Remember, this is the first question or the second question the examiner will be asking you. So you want to try to really set the first impression being good and that you know English. So try to tell him your nickname or what people in your family call you or what you'd like to go by. Maybe my name is Shariful Islam, but actually my family members call me Sharif, maybe. Something like this, right? So let's see, would anybody else like to practice answering this question? What is your full name? Yes, Muhammad Sharif. So this is what you would say. And even though I think your first name is Muhammad, so you would say my name is Muhammad Sharif al Islam, but my family members call me and tell them what your family members know you by. So then sometimes they might repeat the question, right? So what can I call you? So you could say something like, actually, as I just mentioned, you can call me Sharif, for example. How about the third question, guys? Let's talk about where you live presently. Let's talk about where you live presently. What can you say about that question? Oh, I think somebody would like to join. Mohammed, so it's saying that you will need to connect your mic and cam before I can add you to the live stream. Oh, I think it's working now.
Hello, hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Hello, Mohammed.
Yes, ma'am. I would like to answer that question.
No. Yes, how are you? Go ahead, please.
Yes, ma'am. I'm fine. Thank you. Thanks for asking. My name is
Yes.
Mohammad Furhan, but my friends and family calls me Furhan.
That's great. Great answer. How about the second one? The second one said, one sec. I don't know why my the second one was, let's talk about where you live presently. Would you like to take a shot at that one?
Yes, ma'am. Sure. Presently, I live in India, in the state of Karnataka.
That's good. So because the word presently is in the question itself, what I recommend is try to use a synonym words such as currently, um, something like this. So I'm currently living in India. Did you say India? I'm currently living in India in this state of, just like you answered. You answered great. The only advice I would give you is whatever word is used in this question, avoid using it in the answer because remember, it's an English test. You're trying to show the examiner that you fully understand what he's trying to ask you. Great work, Mohammed. Would you like to answer the next question? How long have you been living there?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Your advice is really good for me. So,
Fantastic.
Uh, I'm living here from my birth. Like it's my birthplace.
Okay, so that's a great answer. But remember, I said about living, try to think of a synonym language. I've actually resided in my hometown all my life. This is the city I was born in. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. It's
Yes.
absolutely makes sense.
Okay, great. And how about the next one? Let's highlight it for people to see. What do you like about the area where you live?
I like all the cultures and people around me, my neighbors especially. That's it.
So so what do you mean they're on you? Like around you? Did you say around you?
Yes, ma'am. People around me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't hear that part. That's a great answer. So pretty much you're saying I love the neighborhood I live in because of the neighbors around me and they're everybody within the area gets along with each other. So that's a great answer. How about what changes would you like to see in your area?
Mm, I like to see some development in the sewage and the footpath areas. Uh, Except this, all everything is too good because there is a lot of greenery surrounding.
Yes, great answer. So one thing I would love to see in my one adjustment, you can say instead of changes, you could use the word adjustment. One adjustment I'd love to see my in my area is the sewage is the change within the sewage system. But other than that, there is lots of green scenery within my neighborhood, which makes it um, so nice to live in. For example, great answer, Mohammed. How about the? Let's go to the next one. This one is random, but it was reported to be um, a new question that's being asked. Let's talk about ice cream. Do you like ice cream?
Yes, it's my favorite thing to eat uh, in the afternoon, especially, and I like vanilla flavor a lot.
Good. I like that you did that. I like that you gave us the flavor you enjoy eating without the question even asking for it. So that was a great answer, Mohammed. How about the next one? Did you like eating ice cream when you were young?
Yes, from my childhood, like from the age of 7 to 8 years, I'm continuously loving to eat ice creams.
That's a great answer. So, you know what I would always recommend is when the examiner is asking you a yes or no question, avoid answering with the first word being yes or no. Try to say something like, ever since I was young, I actually really enjoyed eating ice cream. So I would definitely say that yes, I was somebody who really was fond of ice cream when I was younger. So do you see what I did there? I answered the question without saying yes or no, but the examiner kind of knows what I'm getting at.
Great advice, ma'am. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
no problem. And how about the next one? Are there good ice cream shops in your area?
Yeah, some of the famous brands are located here. Like in India, the Arun and Amol ice creams are famous, which are, yes, they are uh, they are in my area.
They are in your area. Okay, so did you want to maybe name a few of them? Um, just to tell the like show the examiner about the popular brands of ice cream shops in your area, like one or two.
Yeah, as I said, uh, Arun ice cream and Amul ice cream are the famous brands in India, and it tastes really good.
That's great. And how about would you like to do uh IELTS part 2 cue card answer, or did you want me
We'll
to
try. We'll try, ma'am.
okay, you're doing great, Mohammed. Awesome work. So describe a journey where you got lost. You should say where and when it happened, how you got lost, and how you felt about it.
Yes, ma'am. It's actually my first time I'm attending the any session online. Recently, like from 2 3 days before I started this journey of learning IELTS. So As per my knowledge, I I should get some time to think about it, right?
Yeah, you have 1 minute to think about this answer. So you could write some notes down.
Okay.
Uh, so this is the 1 minute I'm going to give you right now. Till go ahead, and I will stop you at 1 minute. All right, 5 more seconds.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead now. 1 minute is up.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just going to give it a try because it's
Good.
literally my first time.
No
Okay.
problem. You're doing awesome.
Okay. So when I was 11-year old, I got lost in the exhibition fair. Ooh, Um, I got lost because my parents uh, just forget about me at that place, and they moved a little bit far from me. So on that time my feelings and my emotions were on top. I felt like I got lost, so I will never get back to my parents and I will never see them again. This was my feelings on that time. And anyhow, they go. My parents have gone to the security room and they announced my name. And on that time, one uh, elder guy, like he's old, like maybe 55 to 60 years old, he came and take me to that security room. And yeah, we met, and on that time my feelings was really happy. Thank you.
That's great. Hold on 1 sec. Let me just write this out. Took me to the security room and I saw my parents. This was a great answer. So before I lose track of time, you were a little early. So you always want to make sure you try to speak for a full 2 minutes. So I would always recommend that when you are practicing for the IELTS speaking section, use the timer on your phone. That way you could track yourself and say, okay, I should mention 2 to 3 more sentences to prolong the answer. But you did a great job. I really like how you mentioned where and when it happened, right? How you got lost. You were with your parents and they suddenly probably turned left and you were gone, and how you felt. You told me how you felt. You felt like you're never going to see your parents again, right? And that's a normal feeling as a child. So I really like your use of vocabulary. And I noticed, I love this when you said, and my emotions were on top. This is kind of like an idiomatic expression, right? Because this is something we say on a daily basis. My emotions were out of control, on top. So that was something I really, really liked. The only advice I could give you is just prolong your answer. Great work, Mohammed. Um, I think you're going to do great on your IELTS speaking test. Just remember the little bits of advice I gave you, but you're doing great. Do you have any questions?
Thank you so much, ma'am. And literally, I'm gonna remember this session for my life, I guess, because it's my first session, and I don't know how I'm doing this much good, but I
Yes.
feel really good.
Yeah, that's amazing. Just continue practicing. Remember what I told you when the examiner asks you a question, try to remember synonym words, right? Remember, for example, even here, I saw that you said I got lost in the exhibition fair. What are some other words we could use instead of lost? Maybe we could say, I was, I was uh, apart from my parents, or uh, I'm just trying to think of a word that you can say instead of lost. So that way, this will help you get a higher band. Always remember to do that because this is what would help you. And I love that you use the right tense all along your answer. You didn't say something about the present tense and then the past tense. You were very good in your speech, and I want to say bravo on your answer. It's great work. Did you want to try part three?
What, ma'am?
Would you like to try the answering the part three questions?
Yes, ma'am. We'll give a try.
Okay. Part three says, can someone new get lost in the area where you live?
Uh, it's a new city for me on the time because I was just only 11-year old. Uh, New city of Hyderabad. It's that's what it's called. So yeah, I lost there.
Okay. That was a great answer. So I noticed lots of hesitation in your speech. Always remember to try to stay confident when you are answering without saying these type of filler words, because this would jeopardize your score. So when you're talking, maybe even think about your answer before you answer, so that way you know what's going to come out of your mouth, right? You don't want to think while you are talking, you want to think before you start talking, so then you know what you're going to say. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Great. And how about the next one? Are there any signs to direct visitors in your area? Like tourists, they might come to your area. Are there any street signs in that area? Oh, I think you got disconnected. So, oh, hi, Mohammed.
Because of
Hi,
some technical
Mohammed.
issue, I got lost.
Yes, I think your connection broke. Did you want to go ahead and try to answer this question?
Yes, ma'am. Sure, I would love to try.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I should just answer the questions.
The first one, are there any signs in your area for direct visitors?
There there were so many signs actually because it's exhibition. So to direct the traffic, to direct the people, they have they have l- they have put so many signs there.
Great, great. So many street signs are in your area for direct visitors or tourists to uh, to be directed around your city. So great answer. How do people feel when they get lost?
It depends, because I was just 11 years old. I felt like terrible. Um, if you are younger than 11 year or younger than 10 years, then the feelings will be different. And if you are uh, elder, like about 15 years, then the feelings will be different. It depends on age,
Yes.
because the maturity will come with the age.
Yes, exactly. Great answer. So you're saying that uh, obviously, when a child gets lost or a person gets lost, it totally depends on their age. Just because if older child gets lost, he knows his way around, or maybe he knows his mom's phone number. He could just give her a call and tell her where he is, right? So great answer. How about the next one? It says, do people always get frustrated when they lose their way?
Sometimes, sometimes they get frustrated. Uh, Saying always will not be okay, because if you are trying to be on track, and if you are trying to be on your way, and you are getting lost again and again, on that time, people will feel frustrated.
Yes, exactly. So it obviously depends on the situation, right? If a person's gonna feel frustrated or not, or how I guess how can I say this? How much they are in a rush to get to where they want to get to, right? If they're not in a rush, they won't be that frustrated. So great answer. How about the next one? Um, why do people decide to take the risk of exploring a new area?
To experience some, to experience some fun adventure, and maybe because of the curiosity in people to go in that new areas. Yeah, this might be the reasons.
Yes, exactly. So you could start your answer even by saying something like, personally, I think that lots of people like to explore or see new areas because it's adventurous, blah, 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 everything you just said. But that was a great answer you gave. Many people consider space exploration a waste of government resources. Okay, this question is a bit off topic, so that's okay because it would end here. So that was great, Mohammed. How do you feel?
I feel like really good, ma'am.
It's great.
uh,
What are you going
like
to do to improve on the advice I give you? What do you plan to do?
yeah, yes, ma'am. I'm gonna remember all your advices, and I'm gonna watch this live again if it will be available on in the YouTube.
Yes,
Surely I'm gonna watch it again. And yeah, I would like to say that my confidence level have got, like, it got some boost. I would like to
great.
say that, because you have explained me so many things, like,
Yes,
in a really nice manner. And yeah, I would like to really thank you with my depth of my heart.
no
Thank you so much,
problem.
ma'am.
I wish you the best of luck. Have you downloaded our IELTS study plan, Mohammed?
Sorry, ma'am. I was like unaware of it.
Okay, it's a 30-day IELTS study plan. I highly recommend you to download it because I've provided it's a free IELTS study plan with lots of different resources that you could use to prepare for your IELTS exam. If you just go to this chat at the top, you will see it. I have it in the first pinned comment. If you'd like,
Ye-
I can put it in the
ye-
chat box
yes,
again.
ma'am.
I
Yes,
recommend
ma'am.
you
I will
to
go and
definitely,
download it.
yes, one sec. And these resources are all made by me. Uh, I put it in the chat box, Mohammed. Let me know if you could see it. This would definitely help you. All right. I wish you the best of luck. I think we have another caller waiting, Tawheed. I've mentioned that you need to connect. I see that you're connected, but it's not going to let me connect with you until you either connect your webcam or your mic. So please connect your webcam and mic, and then I could invite you onto this live. Thank you so much, Mohammed. All the best. Uh, Please make sure you join all our other lives. We'll be doing lots of lives coming up, and all the best.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm
No
gonna
problem.
remember this. Thank you so much.
No problem. Take care. Bye now.
Bye.
Hi, Tawheed. I see that you are next, but like I said, I cannot connect you. The website blocks my mic. So you're going to have to restart, maybe. I'm not sure what the issue is, but I cannot connect you. It's not working on my end. So you will need to leave the chat and come back, and it might work. If anybody else would like to join, please let me know. I can send you the link in the chat box if you'd like to make uh, this time useful for you. I'm here for you, helping you prepare for the IELTS speaking section. It's IELTS speaking practice hour. So make sure you join the link that I put in the chat box. If you'd like to make the effort to even answer the question in the chat box, if you're too shy, you can also do that. I will give everybody a few minutes, and I would love to try to. Hi, Masoom, how are you? Nice to have you again on the live. Need the link to join. Masoom, did you want to send me a private message here and I can connect you? Let me see. If you'd like to please, you could even type. Oh, sorry, this isn't it. If you'd like, you could even I am putting it in the chat box again for you. If you are on my Facebook, I'm going to put the link right in my status bar. The link is right in the status bar. You could join. Uh, for those of you who are joining me from my Facebook page, Masoom, I think you're from my Facebook. You could get the link right on the status bar. I just put it there on Facebook on my address bar. I will please show the link I can type. I'm finding it weird that Masum, would you like to put your email in the chat box and I will send you the direct link because I'm not sure why it's not coming up for some of you. Okay, 1 second. I will send you the link. I'm going to have to look into this as to why it's not working for Facebook users. Yes, Rafi, I actually have a video on common idioms and phrases. Please check our YouTube channel. I have a video in the different playlists you could see. One of them are for IELTS speaking, and you will find lots of videos there on common idioms you could use on the different topics, on any topic, which is great. I recommend you to always learn idioms that you could use on any topic rather than one topic because you don't know which topic you are going to get. So I think Masoom is here. Hi, Masoom.
Hi,
How are you?
hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for joining us
I'm
again.
doing great. Thank you very much. Really, I'm very happy getting you
No,
because
no
because
problem. No problem. Thanks for
thank you
joining
very
us.
much for giving me a chance to participate with you.
No problem. We had some other guests having some hard time joining, so I'd like to go through the questions with you. Um,
Okay.
so let's start. Are you ready?
Of course, yes, I'm ready.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. So let's do the first one. What is your full name?
My name's Masum Billah.
Okay, so what I was mentioning to the students earlier is always try to answer with at least two sentences. So you could say something like, my name is Masoom Billah, but my friends call me Masoom, maybe. It's
Okay.
always good to extend your answer because remember, this is one of the first questions the IELTS speaking examiner is asking you. So, first impressions are always good, right? So, try to extend your answer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Let's talk about where you live presently. How long have you been living there?
I have been living 15 years in Padda in Dhaka city. Actually, it's a center place of Dhaka city from where I can move in one place to another place. And it is also believed that this place is situated beside the Gulshan one, which is the luxurious place of Bangladesh.
Very good. Great, great answer. I like how you started your answer, so that was great. How about the next one? What do you like about the area where you live?
Well, Uh, I'm very currently where I'm living. My neighborhood is very clean, and also I'm this place often facilitated me to be stay longer as much as I can. And as I have been living for long ages over there, so I didn't see any garbage as well as rubbish, which might be seen in open place. Even I did never seen. Besides, my neighbors are very friendly and frankly, so they are always dedicated to help each other. And not only is that, but also I never seen any rash situations or criminal activities. So this is because these are the things often encourage me a lot to be stay here as long as I can.
Great answer. So I would shorten the answer just a little bit. Remember, because this is IELTS speaking part one. Maximum, I always recommend in part one, your answer should be 3 sentences maximum. Because remember, the examiner will stop you and say, okay, next question, right? Because the answer is too long. So you don't want to fall into that situation. Always remember 3 sentences, but great work.
Video ko, video ko, video.
What do you like about the area where you live?
Uh, sorry.
What
Could
do
you
you
please?
like? What do you like about the area where you live?
Well, Uh, currently, where I am living, I mostly like uh, uh, my neighbor. Actually, that I said earlier that, as well as some road, because the road which is built by which it is built at, actually it is there is no any traffic congestion. Always road is neat and clean. So it is also it is also fascinated me. It also most fascinated me.
Yes, that's great. Great answer. I would slow my speech down just a little bit too, so it will help you. But I like how you chose that you like your area because of your neighbors. And the least thing you like about your area is the traffic congestion. So great work on that. I really like how you answered that. How about what changes would you like to see in your area?
Well, uh, if if it is if there is any bigger outlet like daily shopping mall or any shopping mall is existed is established in our locality rather than establishing a small shop, then certainly it will be great for the resident to get their desired product and high quality product. So currently I'm thinking this sorts of little bit change would be needed in my area.
Great. Great answer. How about the next one? Let's talk about ice cream. Do you like ice cream?
Honestly saying, I don't feel better to have ice cream because it's also uh, there are lots of drawbacks as far as I have seen. Because if I take, certainly there is a biggest possibilities to be victim with cash cold, as well as it also hamper my voice. So this is because I try to avoid as much as I can.
Great answer. I like that. And did you like eating ice cream when you were younger?
Uh, Honestly saying, in my childhood, I used to take lots of ice cream, especially in my school day. At that time, I my mother or parents always encouraged me to take ice cream rather than other thing. Even I also seen my friend, they also used to take lots of ice cream at that time. This environment also encouraged me a lot to take. From this sense, I took ice cream in my childhood life.
Great answer. One thing I would mention is mention the flavor you used to eat as a kid. What flavor did your parents used to encourage you to eat, or your grandparents, right? Just so the examiner visualizes that. But great answer. So, how about this one? Are there any good ice cream shops in your area?
Certainly, in there are a number of outlet in which area they are serving high quality ice cream. For example, Labello is one of them, as well as and others renowned brand. Those who are selling ice cream in my area. Even people also, I think people are voracious taker of ice cream. It is the popularity of having ice cream is being increased day by day.
Great answer. I like that. And I like that you mentioned the ice cream shops names. I've never heard of them. We don't have them here in Canada, but that was great. Would you like to learn how to make ice cream?
Well, as I am being ages, I don't have any intention to learn how to take ice cream because, as I said earlier, that in my childhood life, I used to take ice cream. Even I know how to take ice cream. So this is, although I don't have intention to take ice cream, but I know how to take ice cream.
How to make ice cream? Yes.
I
Great. So
make this.
great work. So, would you like to have a 1 minute to prepare your answers to speak
Uh,
for part two?
Oh, of course. Really, it will be highly appreciable. So I'm always I feel interested to to face the such
No
exam.
problem. So I'm going to give you 1 minute now to prepare your answer. Go ahead. I'll stop you in 1 minute.
Okay.
All right, time's up, Masoom. And I will let you talk for a full 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Well, uh, uh, in 2003, at that time, I that was my first journey in Cox's Bazar, which is situated northern side in Bangladesh. So it is also the most renowned place from where I went with my couple of friends. Actually, it's the first time in my life that I went there. Honestly saying, that is very unknown place. Even at that time, I was young, so I was not enough matured to overcome to handle the known unknown situations. And basically, my private car also lifted me in countryside from where this environment also make me feel discomfortable as well as fear. And so as we went there with couple of our friends, basically at that time I was taking photograph even. So unfortunately they forgot to pick up our private car. So and besides, and these situations also too much boring, as well as neither I can stay over there nor I can hire another car to comfort in my certain destination. I mean, I was supposed to come in the Seagull Hotel. So In the luckily I took a help some of the local places as it was the long distance from my exact place where I supposed to go and also the countryside. So at that time local place also helped me a lot to come forward to my certain destination, and they also helped me by hiring van, I mean auto rickshaw. So that was the great help for me. Still I can remember. So yes, if they wouldn't help me, I may forget my location. Even yeah, even it might be difficult for me to reach out my destination. Lastly, I should say I was also a mobile phone, and at that time I also opened the Google Map. What the long distance? So somehow it could be managed. So honestly saying, that journey, that time was too much horrific, horrible journey, I should say. Even that is the one kinds of uh, unforgettable thing that still I can
Mhm.
remember right now.
Yes, great answer. Masum, one advice I want to give you is when you are answering every point, like for example, where and when it happened, try to answer with three sentences and then move on to the next one. How you got lost, answer in three sentences. Then answer three sentences for how you felt about it, because you went over the time by I think almost 40 seconds. I wrote you should have stopped at this time 108:15, but it was a little over. So that's why I recommend, if you remember, to only say three sentences for each point. This will help you finish in the 2 minute mark.
Okay, okay,
Yes,
great. Thank you very
yes,
much.
no
Thank you.
problem. No problem. So we're gonna go on to part three. I
Okay,
will
great.
ask because there's one student waiting for an hour now. He was having difficulty. I don't know if it's a girl or boy, but yet. But I want to give them a turn too. How do people feel when they get lost in part three?
Well, uh, getting lost is also common scenery. So in many ways, people may feel discomfortable, afraid, as well as many ways they can be deprived. They can be frustrated. First of all, if someone lost in unknown place, certainly uh, there is he should he cannot recognize the place. So even if he miss any bus, certainly neither he can hire another bus. Even so, by this time he need to take another help. Besides, if he lost the train, if someone lost the train from unknown place, it is one kind of another way of losing the right track, right path. By this time he can move, it can be most horrible situations to find to get the another train. So it is one kind of way to lost the path. And finally, I should say, if I mean, in if someone walking for long distance rather than taking any bus or a private car, by this time, it is the biggest possibilities to move unknown places, to relocate, to be relocated unknown place. So because he do not know what the exact location, what the road would be for him. So from my experience, I think these are the ways people can be get lost from their right path.
Great answer, Tawheed. But not Tawheed, sorry, Masum. But remember that that was a very long answer. We always have to shorten our answers and be cognizant of that, because remember, this is going to affect your grade, right? So always remember, okay, I just answered with three sentences. I'm going to finish now, right? So I wanted to say you did great work today. The only advice I could give you is always remember
Another
to,
two question. Another two
yeah,
question more.
another two questions. I wanted to give the other student a turn.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Yes, because it's going to take a while. but I wanted to thank you so much. I will be doing more Facebook Live, so please make sure you attend.
Of course, my attend and your cooperation and feedback
No
really
problem.
it will tremendously help me
Yes,
to write to flourish my school as well as
yes,
to know many things from you.
yes, I
So
really think so. You will do great. Just remember the advice I gave you. It's your sentences are great. You have lots of ideas to mention. Just a shortening would be great. All right,
okay,
Masoom, I wish you the
okay.
best. Take care, and I hope to see you again.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Bye. Bye. Hello, Tawheed.
Hello, assalamu alaikum, ma'am.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, I'm doing great. How about you?
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for waiting. I wanted to give you opportunity to answer some questions. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Dhaka, which is the biggest metropolitan city in Bangladesh. It is very
Nice.
famous for its rich, diverse gastronomy and traditional clothes.
Great, great. And have you taken the IELTS exam before?
Yes, I have taken my first IELTS exam. It was approximately 4 months ago. So
Okay,
I'm also taking preparation of my second attempt.
great, great. And so, what part of the IELTS exam do you find challenging usually?
I think my Achilles heel is writing and reading.
Writing and reading. Okay. And how are you finding your speaking preparation? How is it going?
It's going. I think I'm improving little by little,
That's
and I'm
great.
trying.
Great. Let's practice. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, go ahead. I know you've been patient. So, what is your full name?
My full name is Tawhid Bashar, and I prefer you to call me Tawhid by my first name.
Great, great. So, let's talk about where you live presently. How long have you been living there?
I have been living here for 2 years. I completed my high school, then I got involved with my university. So for my university purpose, I have to live here in in Dhaka.
Great, great. So I noticed that you didn't mention the city where you live in the beginning. Try to mention it in the beginning of the sentence. I am currently living in Dhaka, and I am currently enrolled in a university program. Maybe mention what university, like what you're studying in university, just so the examiner gets an idea of what you're trying to say. Give
Okay,
details
ma'am.
of every point.
Uh,
So how about
okay.
the next one? What do you like about the area where you live?
I love several things in my area. As I mentioned, I live in Dhaka, so it's very convenient to get all the amenities are available. For example, I could say here is all the shops and bank, the hospital, and so on. So those are very available in this area. So it's very easy for me to get all the facilities.
Great, great. And what do you like? We, what changes would you like to see in your area?
I think here are some difficulties we are encountering, me and my neighbors, which is our drainage system is not that much good. So I prefer and I urge to government to uh, make a good drainage system, so it will help us to get prevent flooding.
Yes, great answer. Great. I like that you said what changes you want to see and why you want to see that change because it's going to prevent flooding. So that was great. And let's talk about ice cream, Tawheed. Do you like ice cream?
Yes, I'm craving for ice cream, especially in the summer. When I feel so exhausted and outside it's scorching, that time I prefer to have ice cream as well as some cold food. So it makes me so happy, and I can calm my nerve.
Great. So, yes, ice cream always makes us all feel good, but try to mention the flavor you enjoy eating too. I enjoy chocolate ice cream. I enjoy vanilla ice cream. Other than that, your answer was great. How about the next one? Did you like eating ice cream when you were younger?
Yes, I did. When I was younger, as far as I can retrieve that, I was crying for ice cream when I went to the super shop with my mom, and uh, that time I was when I that time I was younger, so I love everything. I mean, every flavor. For example, chocolate, vanilla, and especially mango was on the top of that.
Great, great. I like that you mentioned the flavors you enjoyed when you were younger. So that's great. Are there any good ice cream shops in your area?
Yes, there are several ice cream shops available. First of all, here is Penguin, which is a great brand. It is very famous in our country. So most of the people prefer to buy ice cream from that place, and it's providing our country every each of remote area their ice cream. So it's tastes very good, and their quality it's business.
Great. So maybe mention the ice cream shop's name. Did you mention the name of the ice cream shop?
Yes, ma'am, I did. It's Magpie.
Oh, oh, I just don't know the name because we don't have the ice cream shop in Canada. Sorry. And would you like to learn how to make ice cream?
I wish I could because I think it's a very fascinating work for me. But I have been trying, but I couldn't get chance as I'm swamped around the clock with my study. But I hope so. I will try to capture this work, and I will make our family happy to make new ice cream.
Great, great. A great answer. I would even mention what type of ice cream you want to learn to make. You said that you have interest in learning to make ice cream. Maybe I really want to learn how to make hazelnut or chocolate ice cream because this is one of our family favorites. We all love to eat chocolate ice cream in our household. So that was great. So, great job, Tawheed. I'm going to give you 1 minute to prepare your answer for this part two question. I will give you 1 minute now. Go ahead. All right, Tawheed, time's up. I will give you 2 minutes to talk. Go ahead.
Yeah, as far as I can retrieve that, once I lost with my family. It was maybe 2 years ago, approximately. So we had to attend a wedding ceremony. So it was my cousin's wedding. So we are well prepared before going there, and we almost reached middle of the way. So that time there was a heavy traffic on the road. So we had to take a back road. So our driver wasn't that much enough because it was a new road for us. So we were well prepared, and once we lost our end of the journey, we were almost near, but we didn't know it was a remote area. So the Google Map wasn't working that time, so it was a great problem for us that time. So we had to suffer a lot of problem as the wedding. We have to catch the wedding. So then we were trying to ask people to people, and get to know about got to know about little by little where is the way. So fortunately, there was a person who knew the place where we would like to go. So we picked that person with us, and he helped us a lot to reach our destination. So it was a really great trip, all things considered, because and I felt little bit so much nervous because it was almost going to dusk. So the area was remote, and the way was so narrow, so I was getting a lot of panic. But my parents, they were trying to make me calm. So gradually I cope up with that situation, and after that I reached our wedding ceremony. So all things considered, I could say it was a great adventure for me, although I got a lot of panic that time. So yes, it was a time I lost with my family.
Great answer. You were, I would say, 20 seconds over your answer. So always remember to look at the time. I don't know if an IELTS, I've never taken the IELTS exam, but I'm sure there's a stopwatch there or a clock where you could see yourself and and see exactly when to start ending your sentence to finish talking, right? And another thing I noticed is you used some filler words such as so a lot. Always remember to avoid that because that would actually decrease your band score. It's just something to stay aware of. Other than that, you did great. You answered the question. You you talked about where you were stuck in a remote area with your parents. So that was great. You mentioned who you were with, how you felt, right? And that's important. One more tip I would say is when you are about to discuss um, like let's say where and when it happened. I remember a time we were going just like you said, and you could mention how you got lost. So to start the sentence you could say something like oh, oh, what the one time we got lost was, so the examiner knows you're talking about another point now and how you felt about it. And I remember how I really felt. I felt very scared or very worried. If you use these words, then the examiner knows now you are mentioning the next point. But other than that, Tawheed, you did a great job. Let's move on to answering part three. How about in part three? Can someone new get lost in the area where you live?
Not really. Where I'm living, it is very defining area. Like there are a lot of sign errors available. So if any new visitor from abroad, he would like to visit my area, there is a little chance to get lost because there are also traffic police available, so they can guide them. So there is no chance.
Great. That's good. I like that you discussed that there's police in the area that could assist somebody from getting lost, right? Are there any signs to direct visitors in your area?
As I mentioned that yes, there it is a busy area, so there are thousands of errors, and they are also mention it like mention it in the signpost where these roads goes and where this road goes. So I think there no one if someone educated and he knows English as well as our native language, so he can define or he can recognize his way very easily. It is very piece of cake.
Great. And how about the next one? How do people feel when they get lost?
I think it depends on the people. If he is mature enough, so there is a little chance to get panicked. And if it's child, so he feels blue and he can get a lot of frustrated about their family and parents. So I think a child are very nervous about getting lost. So, but mature person, he's well enough to recognize his house.
Great. So in the beginning, you said, I think it depends on the people. Always remember that we cannot talk about people as a whole. So we would say it depends on the person, singular, right? Because we're talking about each person. It depends on how that particular person feels when they get lost. But great answer you gave. How about the next one? Do people always get frustrated when they lose their way?
Okay, I think sometimes they're getting more frustrated because if the circumstance it's not with them, if the area is more scary or like it's the middle of night, so it depends on the circumstance or the situation. So that time it doesn't mean that like he is mature enough or not, but had to take, I mean he has to take a lot of panic. But if it's middle of the day, so that time he can find his way with any substitute option, like if he lost from the bus or take wrong and pick uh, wrong bus, so he can find out another things. But if it's night, so it's very frustrating for the person.
Mhm. Great answer. Yes. And why do people decide to take the risk of exploring a new area?
I think people love adventure, so that's the first reason they would like to visit new area. And if the people are more innovative, so there is a good chance to explore new things. And I also love new place where I haven't gone before, and it's amazing adventure and make some new experience and experience about and the person can gather some new adventure. So what else I could say? Mm, I think it's a good experience. Okay,
Great. Yes.
I'm running out of
Ideas.
idea.
No, that's great. Always remember in IELTS speaking, you only have to respond with 3 sentences for each question. That way, you know to gather all your ideas in 3 sentences and respond. So, overall, Tawheed, you did a great job. Just remember to avoid filler words. Remember to start your answer with synonym language that relate to the text, so that way the examiner knows that you are starting, like in part 2 especially, that you are in fact starting to discuss this particular point. uh, Sorry, I wish you the best of luck, Tawheed. Have you downloaded our 30-day IELTS study plan?
No, I haven't done it yet, but I will.
Yes, this would be a great start for you. Just so you know what to practice every day, especially for reading and writing. I put it in the chat box, the direct link. If you'd like, you can download it and you could start from there.
Okay, ma'am, I have a question. Like,
Sure.
uh, I have been I have been watching a lot of videos on YouTube. So there was a teacher. He mentioned that like there is you don't need to stop. I mean, you don't need to catch your time. So examiner will stop you when you get touch your 2 minutes. So like they are mentioning something like that. So
So here's the thing, if you show the examiner you are structured, you know how to structure your answers, rather
mhm.
than him stopping your time, it's a lot better. You know why? Because you know to discuss a concluding sentence before the 2 minute mark. But let's say the examiner stopped you and you didn't finish your point, you're not going to be graded a good score on that. That's why if you walk in there speaking with structured sentences, okay, you're going to say, I'm going to talk exactly for 2 minutes, this will help you get a high band. But if the examiner stops you in the middle, what if you didn't answer all the questions he's looking for in part two? This would affect your grade, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's why, like every teacher has different advice, to be honest. I'm not saying that's wrong or right, but I wouldn't do that. Personally, that's not my teaching style. I teach students to be structured, organized, because that will get you a high band,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. I
Yes,
agree.
yes. So, Tawheed, we have somebody else on the line. I'm going to give them a chance, and I
Sure,
wish you
ma'am.
the best of luck. Please make sure you attend all our other lives coming up and take care of yourself. Have a wonderful weekend.
Yes, ma'am. Much
Take care.
obliged to
Bye
you.
now.
Yeah. Have a good day.
You too. Hello, Raihan. How are you?
Hello, I'm
Hi.
fine.
How are you?
I'm fine. Are you hear me?
Yes, I could. Where are you calling from?
I'm from Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Very nice. Tell me, have you ever taken the IELTS exam? Is this your first time?
Yes, it's my first time, and I'll sit for IELTS next month.
Very nice. And what part of the IELTS exam do you often find challenging?
I perceive it's writing or maybe reading also.
Reading also. Okay. And are you taking academic or general exam?
I'll go for academic.
Academic. Are you planning to move to an English speaking country?
Yes,
Which country are you planning to move to?
I plan to move to USA for my
Very nice.
MBA.
Great. I wish you all the best. Would you like to practice some questions with me?
Definitely.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to skip some questions because I have to leave soon, but we'll do a few from each section if that's okay. What is your full name?
Well, my full name is Ragib Hassin. You can address me by my first name, Ragib.
Great answer. Uh, so let's talk about where you live presently. How long have you been living there?
Basically, I live in Dhaka cantonment, and I born up there because my hometown is also Dhaka, and from my childhood to till now, I staying there for my education purpose and or my all purpose also.
Okay, great answer. But I would even mention how many years you've been living there. You just mentioned since my childhood, 35 years, however long it's been. Just mention that in your answer. But other than that, you gave a great direct answer. What do you like about the area where you live?
I already mentioned that I live in Dhaka cantonment, and in this area, there is a lots of place where I can go for my leisure time. There is a such of garden over there, and I feel very good whenever I visit there or I do my exercise over there and doing lots of games also over there.
Great, great. I love that answer. Lots of green scenery in your area. What changes would you like to see in your area?
Uh, Actually, Dhaka is a overpopulated country and lots of density over there. So it's my dream. If I become a prime minister, I would like to recover this problem to move some people to another city and increase the uh, and reduce the density of my city.
Wow, amazing dream you have there. I think you could do it, becoming the prime minister. Amazing. And what changes would you like to see in your area?
Uh, I would like to make some new college or school in my area because there are not enough school over there. So it's my plan to some changes about education system and build some school and college in my area.
Very nice. So let's talk about ice cream. Do you like ice cream?
Yes, I am fond of it and I love different flavors of ice cream such as strawberry, mango, and vanilla. I like most.
Great. Did you like ice cream when you were younger?
Certainly, when I was a youngster, I love ice cream very much because ice cream is one of the most popular sweet that every children love to get it, and I am also love it very much. So I always try to taste ice cream.
Great, great answer. And I like how you responded with the word certainly instead of yes or no, which is great. Shows your ability to speak with different vocabulary words, which will help you on your IELTS speaking section. Are there are there good ice cream shops in your area?
Not really. There are not enough ice cream shops in my area because I already mentioned that I live in cantonment, so it's a restricted area. So not enough ice cream shop over my area. I have to go out to purchase some ice cream.
Okay, great. Would you like to learn how to make ice cream?
Definitely, I would like to learn how to make ice cream, and I always try to learn something new from YouTube, how to make different kind of ice cream by different ingredients.
Very nice. Very nice. Great answer. And how about would you like to answer part two?
Sure, I can
Sure.
answer.
I will give you 1 minute. Go ahead now.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm prepared. Can I start?
Yep. Go ahead if you're ready.
Okay. Basically, I never lost in my entire life because I always used to use Google Maps and I have a lots of known destination. But today I'm going to talk about one thing that is I made a journey last year where I get lost. Uh, However, basically this that was a program that I have to attend. That was my friend anniversary program, and he lived in countryside. So I started my journey from my home by bus. But after few hours, the bus stopped some area for some technical errors. At this moment, I have to went down over there, and I lost the direction because GPS is not GPS was not working over there. So I get lost, and at that moment I was very frustrated, and I was very annoying at this moment. But somehow I find some person that are very helpful, and they gave me proper address and direction where I should keep new vehicle and reach over there. Finally, I reached my friend's home, and I felt very excited. And I explained about my whole journey, and they are also very anxious after heard my story, and they also advised me to write the proper address. Which might be helpful for my future to become or not be a lost. That was a great experience for my life to and experience for my life, and I learned a lot how to go outside without doing any kind of hassle if we make proper note, and that's all.
Great, great. And that's good. You were under the time. You should have finished at 1:43. You were under the time. It's good, but also not good. So I shouldn't say that's good because you need to try to speak for a full 2 minutes. Obviously, over speaking is not good, but under speaking, I would say 10 seconds or less is okay, but I think you have to add one or two more sentences to your speech just to take it over to 2 minutes. So always remember that. And I always, the advice I give to students is to always say three sentences discuss three sentences for each point, and that should take you to the 2 minute mark. So talk three sentences about this, three sentences about this one, and then three sentences about this a point. So you could speak for 9 sentences in total and go like reach to 2 minutes. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, I got
Yes.
the point.
Great.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, how about part three? Let's talk about questions. Can someone new get lost in the area where you live?
Uh, Definitely, lots of people in my area they are lost several times because there are lots of narrow roads in my area. So people never find the proper address whenever they reach my area. So I always try to help them to guide by location.
Great, great answer. Are there any signs to direct visitors in your area?
Not at all because I already mentioned I live in cantonment area where the lots of restrictions, so not enough direction over there for some reasons, and people might have to note down their uh, location before start their journey.
Great. And do people always get frustrated when they lose their way?
Indeed, people are getting very frustrated and they are very anxious whenever they lost their way because at this moment they have some nervousness and they are becoming very anxious because they are not going to reach on time for their work or study
Yes,
purposes.
great. And why do people decide to take the risk of exploring new areas?
Uh, in my opinion, I believe that they are taking different kind of risks for exploring different kind of information, different exploration for something new or discover something. That's why they are taking lots of risk, or they want to visit new area for their willingness, or they are very into going. That's why I think they are taking risk.
Great. Great work, Ryan. Your all your answers were answered very responded with very well, very thought out. I wanted to thank you. I hope the advice I gave you was beneficial. I think you're doing a great job, and I wish you the best of luck. Have you downloaded our 30-day IELTS study plan?
No, not
Do
really
you
right now, but I'll do it.
Yes, please download that free 30-day IELTS study plan. I put it in the chat box and watch our YouTube channel. We have lots of different videos on our YouTube channel to help you on all the different parts of the IELTS exam.
Okay, I'll follow your YouTube channel regularly and I
Yes,
try to cope with it.
yes. I wish you the best of luck and I hope to see you on another live.
Okay, thank you,
Take
ma'am.
care. Bye.
Bye.
All right, folks, I wanted to thank everyone for joining today's live. I'm going to have to end this call because it's been a while that I've been signed on, but I hope to see you all on another live. make sure you like this video, make sure you share it with your friends so they know to also join on upcoming lives. I will be having a lot more lives. And also, guys, stay tuned for some really, really important information that I've been working on behind the scenes to help you with your IELTS speaking section. Our launch is coming very soon. I really want to help you all. And remember that I have over 9 years experience teaching students to prepare for the IELTS exam. I work for one of the biggest colleges in Canada as an English professor. So I'm quite qualified in this field. Make sure you like my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to my Facebook community so that way we can connect. And I hope to see you all on another live. Take care for now. Bye, everybody.